Starting now. Good afternoon, and I haven't been out today. It's a bit funny that I was going to go out this morning, but it was freezing outside, and I was told it was it's quiet out there. So oh well, never mind. I'll go out there some other time. Please, guys, if you've got any messages or anything for Pauline, don't forget what we usually do. Put them in the right hand column, or people on my radio at the moment. You will be starting after. Well, you'll be listening to now. So please leave your comments on there too. Good afternoon, Pauline.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. As I say, a bit cold up here, but nice and sunny. So yeah, okay. Just carrying on.
What have you been up to lately then? The last time we spoke.
Well, quite a lot's happened actually in the last, I think it was about a month ago that I spoke to you. So
Yeah.
probably spoke about the album that I had coming out. So that's now out.
Right.
And it's an album that was written completely during lockdown with a writer that I met during a lockdown folk session. So it's a total lockdown production. We've written songs together and 10 of them are on the album. So we've done that, we've launched it, and I had a few radio plays. So we're really pleased about that. And also in the last month, I think I did my 150th song to the tune of another as well. So it's been quite an eventful time since I spoke to you last.
Yeah, so two things then. So the tune for another that's the 150th. That's going through lockdown, isn't it? That's through
Yes, I
lockdown.
started it just over a year ago near the beginning of the first lockdown, and I just kept on going. So yes, I've done. I started off doing roughly one a day, but it's quite a lot. So as time's gone on, I maybe do 2 or 3 a week. But yes, so I've now done over 150. So I reached my 150th during the last month. It all happened at the same time, round about the same time as the album release as well. So it's quite a busy time.
Well done. I want to talk about your album because I haven't got it yet. What I usually do, because I've got a radio, I used it, download it and put it all on the radio and everything. And where did you get your idea for the album?
Well, the albums, they're all songs that I've written with writer Rakesh Banot, who lives in London, who I've just met during lockdown. So he is a writer, and he started sending me some of his old poems that he'd written maybe about 10 years ago. And I started turning some of them into songs. Plus, we also started working on new songs together as well. So the songs have been a collaboration between the two of us. Some of them are subject matter that he'd thought of, and so that's really where that come from. So we chose what we felt were the strongest 10 songs that we'd done at that time, and I managed to record them beginning of December, when there was just a brief moment when I could go into a recording studio, when obviously things changed after that. But so I managed to go in and get them recorded. We've obviously written more songs since then, and but yes, those are the 10 songs that we managed to record at that time. So so they've got a certain atmosphere. It's quite a thoughtful kind of atmosphere. It's quite a contrast to the daft songs to the tune of another that I do. But you've got to have a contrast. So that's where the album came from. So collaborative effort.
Brilliant. And if someone wants to get hold of it, where can they buy it to?
Okay, well, to get it online, it's on Amazon and iTunes and Spotify, and the album is called Blue Leaves, and and it's under my name is Pauline Valence, obviously. So Pauline Valence, Blue Leaves, you'll get that. I have a website, so I've put all the links on my website as well, and that's paulinevalence.co.uk. If anybody likes an actual physical CD, if you like an actual physical CD, Steve, I can arrange to send you one, because I know a lot of radio stations actually seem to like the actual physical CD. I should have sat down with one with me, but I do have the actual CD. And if people contact me. They can message me or contact me through
Yeah,
my website.
you can
We can
send me
send you
one.
an
How
actual.
much is it? How much is it?
We're charging £12 to include postage and packing.
Right.
But
Okay.
I would send you one, Steve. So if you want an actual physical one, just message me afterwards.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Use your
And would
most.
that be signed too?
Oh yes, of course. Yes, we'll sign
Because I
them.
want to sell it on eBay. See.
Ah, I don't know what you'll get for that. I will happily sign it for you. Of course, I will.
No, I'm only joking. I'm only joking. The trouble is, these days is it's been through everybody's been through bad time. With all this COVID and everything, and sometimes I've been here, kind of like, doing my radio and podcast and everything else like that, and sometimes I've also been like watching you and what you're doing. How you play the harp is fantastic. And
Thank you.
and sometimes it just makes me cry because you're there kind of like people's watching you, and you're there just kind of like playing it, giving your all for everybody who's watching, and you know you're just you're just so sweet because you're just helping a lot of people who are probably lonely at this time. You know what I mean? It's true, though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. I mean, music's been a big thing in the last year, hasn't it? It's really connected a lot of people, so it's been really important. And I think people find all sorts of different things in music. You can find
Yeah.
thoughtful songs, or I mean, I obviously like to post quite a lot of light-hearted and nonsense stuff, and that's
Mm.
important too because you need a bit of a break from all the relentless news. It's a bit
I
depressing at times.
when I found out the first time about you, I'm kind of like thought, this is not going to work. This is not, I'm so sorry. This is not going to work for me. This is not. And I thought, no, no, I'm open minded. The next minute, I got really shown up by my wife because I said to my wife, she'll tell you, she's just next to me here, and she said, "Oh no, and I thought, you know what? I'm falling in love with that art because it's look, it's kind of it's different, and you're different, and everything else is different. And the trouble is, you are just you. You know what I mean? You're not kind of
Yeah,
like somebody different who wants to get their, who wants to be,
yeah.
big and everything. You're just you, and and that's why I like having you back because a lot of listeners say to me, I've got, listen, I've got on my radio now, I've got 20 listeners, and they said, "All right, Steve, glad that Pauline's back. Thank you very much. She's lovely. Is she
Oh,
going to
thank
be
you.
playing her harp today?" I'll probably, yeah, I'll get her to do some in a minute. Um, Hi, Pauline. Love you coming on to see Steve.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Thank you. That's really
Where
nice
can
to
I
hear that.
where can I buy your CDs too? There you go. What we do, we stick a what we do, we're kind of like we stick all the links up where you can buy the CD, and
That would be great.
also we put Pauline's link up. Don't worry. Um,
Brilliant.
so so what? So really, this is what they're doing, and I've got one year about a wedding, and they said, "I Pauline, when all this COVID is over done with, can you come to Dumfries, Dumfries to
Oh
do a wedding for us because my what? My wife likes the harp and she's been looking for an harpist for quite a while. Apparently, there's none around Scotland. Well,
yeah.
is
Okay.
it not? Is it not?
Well, I'm sure there are some, but I'd be delighted to do that. I do,
Yeah.
in usual circumstances, I do play quite a lot of weddings and I really enjoy that. So, yes,
Yeah.
if you want to, you can message me through, send me a private
Mm,
message on Facebook if you like, or contact me through the website. Either of those would be fine.
mm.
Yeah, just contact me. That would be great. I'd be happy to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. All right,
awesome.
brilliant.
Yeah.
What else is it we got? I liked it last time when you was trying to explain. Sorry, this is from Rob. I liked it last time when you're trying to explain to Steve about the harp.
Mhm.
It's a very difficult instrument to play. I tried it the other day, and it really hurt my fingers. Hurt your fingers?
Oh, right,
Can
okay.
it?
It's
Can it hurt?
it depends. I mean, maybe there's different types of hearts. Maybe I find it doesn't really hurt your fingers that much because you're not really pressing on the strings. It's not like a guitar. I mean, I don't play the guitar, but I know anytime I've tried, it really does hurt your fingers because you're having to press quite hard. You don't have to press too hard on the harp. You're just laying your fingers on and then just taking them off. One thing I
Mm.
did find, something else that happened to me during the last just over a month ago was I actually injured two of my fingers. I don't know if you can really see. Sorry,
Hang
I'm
on.
holding it the wrong
I'll
way.
take you off. I'll
Um,
take you off.
these two are a bit swollen. Yeah. Um, I'll not tell you too much about it because it was a wee bit horrible. I got them trapped in a
Oh.
stool, and I really did hurt my fingers. And it was just before the album launch, so I did struggle to play. I mean, I could play because you can just touch the strings and that's
Mm.
fine, but I couldn't play with quite the usual force with those two fingers. So that was a bit sore. But usually, I don't find it hurts the fingers because I say you're not pressing. So I don't find it's as bad as like the guitar or something. It's just
Oh.
what you're used to, I think. I think, I'm used to the harp and it suits me. Guitar, I find impossible. And even the piano, which I've played for years, it doesn't, I'm not comfortable with it. So it's whatever you're comfortable with, really, isn't it?
So is that the best instrument for you then? The harp.
Well, it is. I also play the flute. I can't remember if I played it here. I think I might not have, but I do also play
No.
the flute,
No.
which was my main instrument for years. But I came across the harp. I've probably told you the story before, about 13 years ago, and I felt that it was my instrument because I can sing and use it for song accompaniments, and it suits me much better than the piano or the guitar. So yes, it is my instrument. I think everybody's got an instrument that they're really comfortable with. That's their instrument, and the harp
Oh
just
yeah,
happens
I've
to be
got
mine.
I've got an instrument, a saucepan, and one of those spoon things.
Aha,
No, I'm
that
only
can work
joking.
quite well.
I used to play the guitar. You
Aye.
know, and I played piano for a little while for the church. But after a while, I just kind of like, if you haven't played something for a long time, it's so difficult. Well, for me, it was difficult remembering things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it should come just like that, shouldn't it? Really, if you're really good
Well,
at it.
I don't know about that. I think most instruments you've got to work at them a wee bit, so I wouldn't
Yeah.
worry too much about that. If you want to play something, you should stick with it and just work a wee bit
Mm.
at it, and then it should come easier. Very few of them just come really easy. You've usually got to do a bit of work, so I wouldn't worry about, if you have to work at it, that's okay. You should
Yeah.
just stick with it. If you want to play an instrument, then stick with it. I would say,
I'll
my
try the
advice.
harp. I'll try the harp. I'll come up to Scotland. I'll come up to Scotland and get the harp
Yeah.
off you. Bring it back
Yes.
down and.
Well, you're not getting this one. You're not getting this one. It's mine.
Uh, my wife just said, "Buy your own."
Yeah.
um,
Well, there you go.
yeah. Can you play something for us, please? Can you? Or
I can indeed. Yes, I suppose I've got to, but well, I will play a song from the album first of all. Now it's
okay.
stupid that I never wrote down the songs that I played last time, so I might have played. I'm not sure if I played this one before. It's a song called "A Few Old Songs," but it is on the album. The album's
Okay.
called Blue Leaves, and I'll maybe do the title track and at the end of the, as my last song.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this
Yeah.
is "A Few Old Songs." It's called. So here we go. I'm no Johnny Cash. I ain't no BB King, but I used to roam around strumming my guitar string. Yes, life's been good, life's been bad. Done some rights, done some wrongs. Had my time in music, but never won any gold. Now there ain't nothing left for me to do except to sing a few old songs. I just keep a wondering why she hopped and went. Ain't no use trying to explain why her so-called love was spent. Now there ain't nothing left nothing left for me to do except to sing a few old songs. I thought I was king of the road, but now I walk the line. Thought she would stand by her man, I'm so lonesome I could cry. Well, I guess that I could wait, but wait for how long? She ain't never coming back to where she once belonged. Now there ain't nothing left for me to do except to sing a few old songs. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la. I felt I was the gambler, but I was gambling with my life. When Ruby took her love to town, now she's always on my mind. Yes, we had our ups and downs, the usual dings and don'ts. I should have been more patient. Yes, I should have been more strong. Now there ain't nothing left for me to do except to sing a few old songs. Except to sing a few old songs.
Well done. I've never heard of that song. Never.
Oh, right. So I wasn't sure if I played that
Yeah.
one before. So it's called A Few Old Songs, but it's it's obviously a newly written song, and it's on the album Blue Leaves.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you. It's difficult. I've asked you before, but I've been asked again on the radio. Pauline, is it difficult to play the harp? We had questions last time, didn't we? So,
Yeah, yeah.
you know,
It's a tricky one to answer. It's like it's what we were saying about finding the right instrument for you. I think if you really want to play the harp and you feel it's the right instrument, then you'll find a way. It's not. It looks more complicated than it is because it's got all these strings, but they're laid out in octaves, and there's a kind of pattern to them. So a lot of what I play, I get into kind of chord patterns, and that's what I play. I mean, obviously, you can play more complicated things where you're playing the melody with one hand and the rhythm with the other. But I do that sometimes, but I don't do so much of that because I use it mainly for song accompaniment.
mm,
So, you can get a nice sound from the harp just with the odd note. You could accompany a song by just by doing that. I mean, I did a gig within about a week of buying this instrument when I could barely play, but I could do something, and what you can do sounds okay. So it's as difficult or as easy as you choose to make it. Really, you can do. I mean, another story I will share with you was about 4 years ago. I was booked to go as part of a duo to tour in Canada, and 3 days before we left, I broke my wrist. I broke my left wrist. So, but what I figured was, well, at least I can play with one. If I can do nothing else, I can play with one hand. And I managed to play with one hand and one finger. So I just had to adapt. So, it's as easy or as complicated as you choose to make it, really.
yeah, yeah. Um, when you've got concerts on or whatever you're playing, and
Mm.
how do you kind of like travel that art around? You can't put it in your pocket, can you?
No, no. Well, I usually, if I'm taking my usual harp, which I like to play on, it's usually the car. I mean, I usually have to drive to a lot of places, so not so environmentally friendly. But it's really hard to carry it. I have had to carry it sometimes. I do have. I've gone over to Ireland quite a lot on the ferry, and there's a big long walkway to get on and off the ferry. But it's heavy. I just have to keep stopping because it's heavy. I do have a small travel harp, and I will use that sometimes if I can't take the car, or if I was flying, or when I do fly, I only take my small harp because I can put it in the
Oh
cabin
God, yeah,
luggage.
yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah.
I wouldn't fly with this one. I just think it would get wrecked. So I do have an alternative, and you can get by with the smaller harp, but it's not as good. But usually I drive this one around. That's what I usually do.
Oh,
In
right,
the days when
okay.
we can drive around, not driving around at the moment, obviously,
No, no, no.
not going anywhere.
Have you been stuck in then?
Well, yeah, we all have, haven't we? It's just, I mean,
Mm,
I was out, or something else that happened, I think, in the last month. I did get out to a studio, well, not a studio, it was a theatre. We were recording something that was going to be streamed on YouTube, but it was being filmed properly. So we had permission to go to a theatre, and it was all distanced, and everything. So I did go out to do that. Apart from that, I've been doing lots of live streams, but all from here, all from my living room. So not really been out because we've not been allowed to. It's really, we've had to restrict.
mm,
So yeah, just like everybody else, doing everything from my house. But you
mm.
can do a live stream and people can watch from all over the world. So you're actually meeting quite a big audience.
Yeah, I
It's
did
been
a
okay.
live stream. I did a live stream the other day, like on my own, and it was
Right.
I just I was just winding people. I went on there to wind people up. You know, I like doing it. There's certain
Right.
people they wind me up.
Oh.
You, well, what they do is when I do shows and everything, they come on, yeah, right, and they leave me a message. It's a funny thing, and you're dying to laugh. But when you got like a guest on, you can't do it. You know what I mean?
No.
You
No.
know, so people kind of like kind of make me laugh and everything. I think it's funny, but they can't do it. What song are you going to sing for us now? Another one.
Well, I think what I'll do is I'll do a song that I wrote just about a year ago at the beginning of lockdown. And it was the first song that I wrote in lockdown. I'm not sure if I've done it here before. For some reason, I didn't write the songs that I did before down. So you might have heard it before. So I was trying to think, like everybody else, I was trying to think, what on earth do you write about this whole weird lockdown situation? And I was out one day for a cycle, and I passed a field full of donkeys, and they were all dressed in beautiful purple coats. And I thought, well, they're actually better dressed than I am just now, because it was the time when we all stopped dressing up because you're just in your house. So I wrote this song called Fashion in Lockdown. So I'll sing it for you now. It's still relevant because we're not going out. So here we go. What will I wear today? Throw open the wardrobe wide. What will I wear today? Oh, how will I decide? From the ranks of silks and satins, the rows of stripes and plaid, the tailored suit, the chiffon top, and every latest fad. But it's fashion in lockdown, fashion in lockdown. No thought given to colour, styling, or taste. It's fashion in lockdown, just fashion in lockdown. As long as it features an elasticated waist. That old grey t-shirt will do. Forget the pink and the blue. Just throw on an old jumper too. It's fashion in lockdown. I'm making a call today by FaceTime, Skype, or Zoom. I'm going to be meeting them without leaving the room. I'm going to make a wondrous effort and cut an elegant shape. Oops, I nearly missed the time for the call. I'll just throw on this fancy cape. Cause it's fashion in lockdown. Fashion in lockdown. No thought given to colour, styling, or taste. It's fashion in lockdown. Just fashion in lockdown. As long as it features an elasticated waist. That old grey t-shirt will do. Forget the pink and the blue. Just throw on an old jumper too. It's fashion in lockdown. My hair's getting shaggier, I daren't try to trim. My nail treatment's fallen off, it's looking mighty grim. I feel like I have aged 10 years, my face is starting to dangle. Oh wait, it's not my face at all, I can adjust the camera angle. Cause it's fashion in lockdown, fashion in lockdown. No thought given to colour, styling or taste. It's fashion in lockdown, just fashion in lockdown. As long as it features an elasticated waist. That old grey t-shirt will do, forget the pink and the blue. Just throw on an old jumper too, it's fashion in lockdown. I go out for my exercise with my usual grey-hued attire. I catch sight of some fashion icons to which I can aspire. A field of donkeys clothed in purple, the horses draped in red. And in the park a catwalk of dogs, they're wearing the latest trend. But it's fashion in lockdown, fashion in lockdown. No thought given to colour, styling or taste. It's fashion in lockdown, just fashion in lockdown. As long as it features an elasticated waist. That old grey t-shirt will do, forget the pink and the blue. Just throw on an old jumper too, it's fashion in lockdown, fashion in lockdown. I'll dress up tomorrow. If I can be bothered, I'll just throw on a hat to cover my roots. Oh, what's happening to me? I can't even rhyme. It's fashion in lockdown.
Brilliant. Thank you. That was so funny. I was starting to laugh there. I was starting to laugh.
That's all right to laugh.
You got to have a laugh, yeah. Um, so your album, man. So
Yep.
as so so when did it come out? Was it last week? Did you say?
Oh, a couple of weeks ago, I think. Two or
Couple of
3
weeks
weeks. I'm
ago.
losing track of time. 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So it's been good. It's been on the radio a few times. It's going to be Celtic Music Radio's album of the week in May. So it's yeah. So we're really pleased, and we did a kind of online launch, and that was nice as well. So yeah.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
So it's out now.
If you send me send me a copy, I will put it on our radio too for you. So
Yeah,
that
I will indeed. Just if you just give me your address, then I'll send you an actual copy because it's nice to have a physical copy sometimes.
it is. Yeah. Yeah. Are you going to for your last song? Are you going to play one on the album? Song on the album for us.
Yeah, I will do. So how much time have we got left? Do you want me to do that just now, or I was going to do? I could do one song to the tune of another for you, and then one from the album if you like, or if we're out
Yeah.
of time,
Yeah.
then
Yeah. That's
whichever,
fine.
whatever
Yeah.
suits. Is
Yeah.
that
That's
okay?
fine. Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
I'll do a song to the tune of another, and then I'll do another song from the album. That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Okie
That's
dokie.
fine. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You got.
So
You got. You got 10 minutes anyway. I just wanted to find out what
oh
you were
right.
doing.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, so I'll do a bit of nonsense for you now, because why not? We can only be serious for so long. So the usual thing with this one is I don't tell you what the words are or the tune, and people can guess if they feel like
Okay.
guessing. So here we go. Here's Mysterious Song. There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun. It's been the ruin of many a poor boy, and God, I know I'm one. My mother was a tailor, she sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man down in New Orleans. Now the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk. And the only time he'll be satisfied is when he's all drunk. Oh, mother, tell your children not to do what I have done. Spend your lives in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. Well, I've one foot on the platform and the other foot on the train. I'm going back to New Orleans to wear that ball and chain. There is a house in New Orleans, they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. Thank God, I know I'm one. There is a house in New Orleans, they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. Thank God, I know I'm one. Thank God, I know I'm one. So I guess you would know. I guess you would know what the tune and the words were to that one. Yeah.
I do, but then I've forgotten. I know what it is. I know what it is. And it
Okay.
was on the tip of my tongue. But
Well, I just tell you.
Go on then.
So it was the House of the Rising Sun
Yeah,
to the tune of the King of the Swingers from the Jungle Book.
that's it. Jungle Book. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. My wife tells me that I'm in the Jungle Book.
Oh.
Yeah, she tells me that I'm one of the monkeys.
Oh.
What?
Well, that was the monkey song. That was the one that was sung by the King of the Monkeys. So.
Yeah, there you go. So
Well, I had good fun with that one.
so when you do your like concerts and gigs and everything, um, someone's asking me here, Norman saying to me, "What's the highest crowd that you ever played in, Pauline?"
Oh, good question. Well, I had two, since in the last month, I actually had two fairly well-attended gigs. One was the CD launch. We invited people, and Rakesh, in a previous life, was an English language teacher, so he's got contacts all over the world. So when we did the album launch, I think there was roughly about 60 or 70 people watching the live stream. So that was really good. And then about a week, no, maybe it wasn't even a week later, 2 days later, I did another live stream. I don't know if you've heard of a kind of punk poet called Attila the Stockbroker. You might not have heard of him.
No,
But
no.
anyway, he's quite well known in some circles. So he has quite a large following. So he asked me to do a live stream in his group just 2 days after the album launch. And again, there was about 60 or 70 people watching. So that's probably my highest for live streams, which is
Oh,
so that was quite good. Quite pleased
well
with that.
done. Well done.
Yeah.
What song are you going to play for us now on your album?
Okay, I will do one from the album. Let me have a wee think. I think I'll do the title track actually, which is Blue Leaves. Again, I'm not sure if I've sung it here before, but I will do it now because it's again very proud of this one. So it's the title track called Blue Leaves, and this was based on a poem that Rakesh had written years ago. I think it was actually a haiku. If you know what a haiku is, just a poem with 17 syllables, very, very short. So I think his original poem was, it was something like the seasons all come and go, but this year's autumn leaves will be so blue without you. I think that was the original poem. So that was all it was. So I thought, well, there's something in there. So I asked him for more words and he wrote the rest of it. So I'll sing the full song for you now. I'm just going to take a wee glug of water first.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
But I just thought you might want to hear where it came from. So this is Blue Leaves. Here we go. The seasons all come and go, the changing colors changing hue. But this year's autumn leaves will be so blue without you. Summer will bring flowers, the sun will come shining through. But this year's autumn leaves will be so blue without you. Your fragrance still lingers here, each breath a whiff of morning dew. The birds will serenade us, but this year only sing the blues. Spring will mess with cherry trees, bursting blossom buds in bloom. But this year's autumn leaves will be so blue without you. La 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 la. La 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 la. Your fragrance still lingers here, each breath a whiff of morning dew. The birds will serenade us, but this year only sing the blues. Winter undresses trees, naked branches come to view. But all that I will see will be so blue without you. The seasons all come and go, the changing colors changing hues. But this year's autumn leaves will be so blue without you.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time today.
You're very welcome. You're really welcome. I will send you a CD, Steve. And if anybody else wants one, follow the link to my website, contact me through my website, or message me on Facebook, and I can arrange to send it. Or you can get it online, Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, all these things.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me on.
I will put all the links up and I'll get my wife to contact you again. Okay, that was Pauline Vance. Don't forget to get her a CD. Please,
Thank you. And I hope to speak to you again soon, guys. Hope to speak to you again soon. It's been lovely.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Don't forget to get her a CD, guys. And Autumn Leaves. Lovely lady. And thank you very much, Pauline. Okay, I'm going to be back later on around about 7 o'clock tonight. In the meantime, take care. God bless. Bye bye.